The world for some years has been sodden with tears on behalf of the acting profession. Each star playing a part seems to expect a purple heart. It's unorthodox to be born in a box, but it needn't become an obsession. Let's hope we have no worse to plague us than 2 shows a night in Las Vegas. When I think of physicians and mathematicians who don't earn a quarter the dough, when I look at the faces of people in maces, there's one thing I'm burning to know. Why must the show go on? It can't be all that indispensable. To me it really isn't sensible on the whole to play a leading role. When fighting those tears you can't control, why kick up your legs when draining the dregs of sorrow's bitter cup? Because you have read some idiot has said the curtain must stay up. I'd like to know why a star takes bows, having just returned from burying her spouse. Brave boopa-doopers, go home and dry your tears. Gallant old troopers, you've bored us all for years. And if you're so blue, wet through and thoroughly woe begone, why must the show go on? Oh, mammy, why must the show go on? We're asked to condole with each tremulous soul who steps out to be loudly applauded. Stars on opening nights weep when they see their names in lights. Though people who act as a matter of fact are financially amply rewarded, it seems when pursuing their calling, their suffering's simply appalling. But butchers and bakers and candlestick makers get little applause for their pains. When I think of miners and waiters in diners, the query forever remains, why must the show go on? The rule is surely not immutable. It might be wiser and more suitable just to close. If you are in the throes of personal grief and private woes, why stifle a sob when doing your job, when, if you'd use your head, you'd go out and grab a comfortable cab and go right home to bed, because you're not giving us much fun. This laugh, clown, laugh routine's been overdone. Hats off to show folks for smiling when they're blue, but more Camille faux folks are sick of smiling through. And if you're out cold, too old, and most of your teeth have gone, why must the show go on? I sometimes wonder, why must the show go on? Why must the show go on? Now, why not announce the closing night of it? The public seem to hate the sight of it, dear, and so why you should undergo this terrible strain we'll never know. We know that you're sad, we know that you've had a lot of storm and strife, but is it quite fair to ask us to share your dreary private life? We know you're trapped in a gilded cage, but for heaven's sake, relax and be your age. Stop being gallant and don't be such a bore. Pack up your talent, there's always plenty more. And if you lose hope, take dope and lock yourself in the john. Why must the show go on? I'm merely asking, why must the show go on?
Ladies and gentlemen, with your very kind indulgence, my wife and myself will present to you our famous nautical extravaganza. Thank you, Bert. That's right.
Right! What's to be done with a drunken sailor? So the saying goes. We're not tight for an and too bright race caught, I don't suppose. We lost our way and we lost our pain to make the thing complete. We've been and gone and lost the blooming fleet. Has anybody seen our ship, the HMS Peculiar? We've been on shore for a month or more. When we see the captain we shall get what for. Heave ho, my hearties, sing glory, hallelujah. A lady bold as she could be pinched our whistles at the Golden Key. Now we're in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Has anybody seen our ship? Oh, la, 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 la. Shut up, shut up, shut up.
Yeah, Jack,
What?
who was that lady I saw you walking down the street with the other day?
That was no lady, that was my wife.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Better to come, better to come. Yeah, Why did you leave school?
Why'd I leave school, Jack?
Yeah.
Appendicitis.
What do you mean, appendicitis?
Ha, couldn't spell it.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, isn't that pretty, Ark? It'll never get well if you pick it.
Oh.
That'll go better second house. Yeah.
Yeah, Jack, where was you last night?
Where was I last night?
Where was you last night?
Cemetery.
Oh, I mean, anybody dead?
All of them.
That's
Hey!
a place for a minute, a place for a minute.
I got a little riddle to ask you.
You got a little riddle to ask me, Jack?
Why is getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning like a pig's tail?
I don't know, Jack. Why is getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning like a pig's tail?
Twirly. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Now. What's two?
Yeah, Jack.
What?
I've been very worried about you lately.
Pourquoi? French.
I heard you had adenoids.
You heard I had adenoids?
I heard you had adenoids.
Don't speak of it. Don't speak of it.
Why not?
Adenoids me. Oh, what's to be done with the girls on shore who lead our tars astray? What's to be done with the drinks galore that make 'em pass away? We got wet ears from our first 5 beers. After that we lost control, and now we find we're up the blinking pole. Has anybody seen our ship, the HMS Disgusting? We've 3 guns aft and another one forward. They promise us a funnel for the next World War. Heave-ho, my hearties, the quarter-deck needs dusting. We had a binge last Christmas, yeah. A nice plum pudding and a round of beer. But the captain pulled his cracker and we cried, oh dear, has anybody seen our ship? Has anybody seen our ship? The HMS Suggestive. Oh. She sailed away across the bay and we haven't had a smell of it since New Year's Day. Heave-ho, my hearties, we're getting rather restive. We pulled our money, spent the lot. The world forgetting by the world forgot. Now we haven't got a penny for the you-know-what. Has anybody seen our